Now, I hope y'all are. I hope y'all can come back and join me now that I got my picture back. Because I'm back on. But let's see if you come back. Happy Mac and Keala and a couple of other rock stars that I appreciate coming on. Y'all come back. Y'all come back now. You hear? See if we can get you back. Hopefully we can get you back. Uh, oh no, please come back. Please come back. It's nice out here though. I could walk for miles and miles and miles. I might just do that. Now that I have the time, I very well might do that. Very well might do that. Now that I have the time. And with that being said, once I reorganize and get myself back together and go through this grieving process, I feel like when there's something that's meaningful to you, y'all, and you lose it, something that's impactful to you, that you put a lot into, whether it be a personal relationship, a romantic relationship, a business relationship. Hey, Amanda. And you lose it, whether you saw yourself losing it or it was sudden, I feel like we don't give ourselves a lot of time to, hey, Miss Southern Belle, what's going on? How are you? How are we? How are we today? I hope we're doing good. I'm I'm not okay, but I'll be okay. Yeah, I'll say that. I'm not gonna say I'm okay. I'm gonna say I'm not okay, but I'll be okay. Um, but when we lose something, we're very good. Very, very good. Yeah, I'm out here. It's kind of late for me to be out here at this time. I'd be at work, but I got the axe yesterday. I got fired yesterday. So I got time. I got more time now to devote to other things. This is the way I'm going to look at it. And to enjoy this weather and my garden and all of this other good stuff. It's the holidays are coming up and I'm gonna have a good time. Good time. But yeah, I feel like once I go through the grieving process and the rearranging of things in my life, then I will decide on the direction that my channel's gonna go in. I might be about to switch gears and switch courses on my channel, depending upon several different things. But there are some things in the future that I want to try, some different things. Hey, Scarlet Game Master, how are you? How are we today? How are we? And I will be rolling those out if time permits as we go on into the holidays. But yeah, I kind of walk in a different way today. I took a long walk. I've been out here probably about an hour and a half, something like that. And I can continue to walk on because it's so nice. I went to Walmart, got a couple of things, and real light things, of course, because your dollar only goes so far now. So you can only get just bits and pieces, and then you got to come out the store. Else you'll be bankrupt in the blink of an eye. These prices are insane. But I'm grateful and thankful for what I was able to get. But yeah, we don't have, when we lose things, as I was saying and got distracted, when we lose things that are important to us, whether they be friendships or partnerships or what have you, I don't think we're honest enough about how we feel about it, because on one hand, our culture is somewhat extremist. Either we want to feel all the feels all the time, forever, about everything. We want to walk around with our feelings on our fingertips and ultra super hyper sensitive to everything. Or we want to be like, suck it up, buttercup. That didn't hurt you. Get up, wipe yourself off, and move on, go on. Nobody care. It's like we have like two extremes. Either we want to overly feel everything and care too much, or we want to be like bricks and stone and have no feelings whatsoever. And most people I know, 99.999% of the people I know have feelings. Nobody I know is a robot. Nobody I know is a machine. They're not cyborgs. They have feelings. And I feel like, especially if you're of the age and of the era that I was in, I was born and raised in the suck it up buttercup era. So we were taught pretty much, not intentionally, but it was just the way my parents and grandparents were raised. We were just taught, okay, you fall, get up, brush it off, suck it up, and go on. We weren't allowed to feel the scrape on our knee and how it hurt us. Oh, that didn't hurt. Well, no big deal. Get up. And in a way that toughens you up, but in a way it toughens you up too much. So I just think when you lose something that is important to you, you should go through the grieving process. Like when somebody passes away, we don't think it odd or strange that tears are shed. There's a period of sadness and grief. We don't think that's strange at all. But but in any other instance, we are somewhat insensitive to people, and we don't allow for them to cycle through their emotions. When you lose something that's important to you, it's important that you are able to feel what you need to feel. Now you need to go on, but you still need to acknowledge your feelings, and that's where I am. I love that job. I loved everything about that job. But God has times and seasons for everything, and my time there was up. Like I said, I was just on live a minute ago, and I was saying, I noticed at the beginning of this year, really, how things were changing as far as the culture of the company. Good people, good, solid, upstanding people were leaving. 1 to 2 of them every month or every other month, steadily. And because they weren't really from my department, I was just like, oh, company's growing and people leave, people get promoted, people, I just thought it was like attrition. They just said, they leave, they got another position and they're leaving. So I thought nothing of it until it came down to my department and good people were leaving, and I was just like, what's happening? And then the way we do our job and what's required of us to do it, all of that began to change. When I first started, everybody was just like, let me help you, let me help you, let me help you. And they were very helpful, and I picked up stuff very quickly. And the way we all were in sync and the way we did our jobs was stellar. And we as teams were just winning awards left and right and getting bonuses and all of that stuff. And but over the course of this year, in the town hall meetings and stuff like that, the CEO's direction for the company began to change. And yeah, I am. It's extremely windy. If you can look and see that tree right there, that's the kind of straight line winds we had come through here last night. We got a ton of rain, but we had 60-mile-an-hour winds, 60 plus miles an hour. And yeah, my backyard kind of looks like that. We have one tree left and it's hanging on by the grace of God. But yeah, that's what a little straight line wind will do. And they just cleaned up this park from the storm we had June, July, something like that. But yeah, the whole culture of the company was changing and folks were leaving left and right. And how we did our job changed. Lots of micromanaging. And hey, Proverbs, what's going on? What is going on, friend? What is happening? And so all of those things just work together to give me the boot. But yes, I'm kind of like mourning the loss, but really understanding the will of God too. You have so long, very, very, very good. I admire your fortitude to get out in this jungle right now. I imagine there's got to be oops, y'all don't hit each other now. I imagine it's got to be a jungle. I'm so glad early voting was available for me. But yeah, I imagine our polls now have got to be insane. Absolutely insane and bonkers. This school right here, which isn't a school anymore, was a polling center. So all I had to do was just walk down my street and around the corner and I could go vote. Now it's, I don't know what it is. Or maybe it's still a vote. Okay, wait a minute. I thought they closed the school, but they didn't. So you can vote here. Man, I went out the neighborhood. To vote. Dang, I could have voted right here. They closed the school in May, June, completely. And they've been working on cleaning the school completely out. I didn't know they were cleaning it completely out. I thought they were cleaning it out to make something else because the school closed and the kids busted the kids down the street to the elementary school down the street. But they made this a polling booth. Man, they cleaned it out and I went all the way. But yeah. So, and I don't think very many people around here knew that this elementary school was a voting place. Man, oh well, it is what it is. They get upset when they see I'm a Republican. Well, around here, around this neighborhood, I don't know that we are split down the middle as far as this neighborhood is concerned. This portion of my neighborhood is Harrison Walls, Harrison Walls, Harrison Walls, period. Around the school and the park and all that, these people are Democrats. They are Democrats. But, and in my neighborhood, on my street, we have a lot of Democrats. I think if you want to look at a good cross section, you can look on I'm in the dark. Oh, my stuff has. Can you still hear me? This is the second live I've done where the picture's gone. I don't know what YouTube is trying to do. I don't know what they're trying to do. But can you hear me? It's not okay. I don't like that. But as long as you can hear me, I'll keep going. If you can't hear me, then I'll end this live. So let me know if you can hear me. I don't want to be talking to you from the great unknown, from the dark. But I just say I'll keep it short because I don't want y'all to have to deal with too much. But yeah, my street is kind of half and half. It's half Trump and half Harris. So it'll be interesting to see the outcome of this election based on the reaction of my street. It's going to be very, very interesting. But yeah, had I known this was a polling place, I would have walked around the corner. My goodness. Had no idea. But yeah, I just think that we should be kinder to ourselves, particularly now. This election season has been absolutely positively insane. And discussing who you are voting for amongst people, period, is like opening up a Pandora's box. The safest way to know that you're amongst it's like the only way you can really have a intelligent, decent, unemotionally, overly emotional discussion, unemotional discussion. Can you get it together? The only way you can have a productive conversation, basically, in this election, if you talk to somebody who's voting like you're voting. If you're voting for Kamala, you have to talk to the Kamala people. If you're voting for Donald Trump, you got to talk to the Trump people. It's like Donald and Kamala can't coexist. You can't talk to somebody if they're not voting the way you're voting. And that's what makes politics divisive. And I don't normally discuss politics really. I feel some type of way about voting and politics as it is already. But yeah, I find that you can't, so I just don't. I'm not anti-voting. I'm a registered voter. I've said this, and I have no problem with it. Vote for who you want to vote for. It's your right. It's not one of the 10 commandments, but it's your right. You can if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I'm not going to not be friends for you if you vote for Kamala. I'm not going to not be friends for you if you vote for Donald Trump. You vote for who you want to vote for. But if you want to keep the arguments and debates to a minimum, don't tell nobody who you vote for. When you wear loud and proud, then you're inviting an argument. Trump, why would you vote for him? Kamala, you vote for her? Why? The kindest thing you can do for yourself is exercise your right to vote. Unless you just like confrontation and arguing back and forth, Because there's going to be somebody to tell you how stupid you are no matter who you vote for. That was just dumb. Why would you vote for Trump? He's da-da-da-da. And why would you vote for Kamala? She's da-da-da-da. You know, it's just not wise. And the older I get, the wiser I want to get. So, okay. But just remember these people that you have a conflict with because of who they voted for. They still in your neighborhood, and they going to be in your neighborhood no matter who wins tonight. And you're not going to be able to get either Kamala or Donald on the phone tomorrow to help you with anything. But the people in your neighborhood are going to be there, and you're going to need them. Whatever goes down, if whatever happens after tomorrow, your neighbors is going to be who you reach out to. So if you're mad at them because they voted for Donald and he wins, or you're mad at them because they voted for Kamala and she wins, you're going to need them. You're not going to be able to get either one of these people you're voting for. So the best you can do is vote if you want to and leave the rest to the Lord. And that's what I did. That's it, and that's all. That's it, and that's all. You got to love the neighbor. You got to love your neighbor as you love yourself, even after tomorrow. Because your neighbors are going to be the one that's either going to help you or not, depending upon how you treated them. You might have some real extra godly neighbors that will still help you in your time of need, even though you were ugly to them because of who they voted for. They may help you, but I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't count on it. But be kind, be civil. Be civil to each other and love one another. And know that your vote is a choice, and that's it. It's just a choice. You get to make it once every 4 years, but you live with your neighbors every day. And God is going to look at who you voted for and why. But he's going to also look at how you treated your neighbors during the process, whether they agree with you or not. He's going to look at how you treated them. That's real important to him. That's going to be important to him far longer than after this election, because that's an ongoing thing. You vote for the president once every 4 years, but you got to love your neighbors every day. Period. Okay. All righty. Wasn't trying to preach that again, but on election day, my fellow Americans, be kind. Love one another. Love one another. Very important. The times are perilous and they're tough, and we don't need each other more than ever before. More than ever before. So just be kind. Very, very, very important. Oh, I got my picture back finally. I'm almost to the house. And I don't know. Might go in, have a little lunch, and then come right back out here, because it's just that nice. I don't want anything. I just want to run my mouth, share a little bit about the grieving process. When the axe falls in your life and you lose something you really care about, and you feel some type of way about it, know that it's okay to feel that way. Know that it's okay to feel that way. You don't have to quite pick yourself up and suck it up and act like you don't feel what you're feeling. Feel all the feels. Feel them, because that's what they're for. God gave everybody emotions. Jesus wept over the state he saw Jerusalem in. It hurt him. And he prayed for the peace of the city, and he prayed that Father God would make all of them one, as he and Father and the Holy Spirit are one. He loved his nation. He served his nation. So it's not wrong to vote and love your nation and want the best for your country. You ought to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, yes, but you ought to pray for the peace of America too, because you live there. It's important. But that peace comes with loving your neighbor as yourself. Think about that going forward. Think about that going forward. Love your neighbors. You're going to need them. You're going to need them. Y'all be careful out here voting today. Keep your head on the swivel. Keep your head on the swivel. Everybody that's voting is not, they don't, they're not all on the up and up. Check your ballot at least once to make sure that you're getting the candidate you voted for, because that's your right. And you should not be, it shouldn't be any hanky-panky going on with your vote. If you voted for who you voted for, then that's who you need to get. That's your right as an American citizen, so check your ballots. Have a good time. Pack a little patience. Have a little grace with people. Share a smile with them. And if the Lord gives you the opportunity, share the gospel of Jesus Christ with them. Everywhere you go. Always be prepared to give an account for the faith you profess, even at the voting booth. Y'all have an amazing rest of the day and week, rock stars. Bye.